I have to get rid of that video. Sorry, guys. Hi, everybody. This is me. I'm going to do a video, a little bit about me. Not get too many details, but you might get a little. Because when I say I have arthritis, I do. I have JIA, and I'm not going to be able to tell you what that stands for without the piece of paper in front of me. Because it's not JRA anymore. I turned an adult and it switched. I don't know why. The doctor told me that. But the doctor before she retired. My doctor's retired, and then I have to get a new one. And this doctor I have now, she's crazy. I haven't seen her but once. So I don't know. But I have arthritis since I was 7 years old. But I call it as a baby, but who cares? I had it since 7, and I didn't walk very good either after middle school, in between middle school and high school somewhere. I couldn't walk very good because it got worse. My arthritis gets worse, then it stays better. And I'm not supposed to lift over 20 pounds. And I do it anyway. I'll give you that answer for it. And I've had my arthritis, ate cartilage in between joints, and not fun because it hurts. When they locked in place, it was terrible. Kelly even knows. She was with me when it happened.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on cafeteria chairs, and I tried to move, and it was like, ow, ow, couldn't move. So then the therapist decided to send me to Shriners Hospital that we have here in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
And then finally I got the doctor to do something. Because the doctor I had, she didn't do nothing. She knew I was walking where I couldn't walk very good, and she didn't care. And then the other doctor they gave me was a hip doctor that knew what was going on with me. Kind of made me nervous when he was telling me what he was going to do to my hips to make them be back to normal. But it was like, I was scared.
Yeah.
Because, when you get surgeries and stuff, you're scared. But he said I could ride my bike, I could walk, I could do a little bit more than I was doing back when I couldn't walk very good.
Yeah.
And be back to normal, go upstairs normal. But I can't still go up the stairs normal because it scares me. The stairs do. And I have total hips replaced, or have you replaced my total hips, or whatever you call it. And they've both been replaced. And I'll tell you the first one, they were replaced together, and it was hard. You had to use more strength in your arms because you couldn't put too much weight on my hips at a time.
No.
So I had to figure out how to use my arms, and I had to lay on my stomach more.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it. It hurt more, but my hips, they got better and better as it went along. And then my 11th grade year, I went to school with them because I go with my walker.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get rid of it for a while.
Yeah.
And they didn't want me falling or anything in the hallways.
No.
And he said, the boy doctor I had that did these, he said, no falling. Falling is permitted.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that every time I see him.
Yep.
And I'm like kidding.
No falling.
But guess what? I fall anyway, and then I haven't done no damage. One time I fell, I did damage.
Oh, yeah.
I popped it out of whack.
Yeah.
And I had to wait till Dad got home to lift me up because he was the only one that could.
Yeah.
And I was watching TV in my father's room the morning before work, I think it was, and I turned wrong, and I went to the floor, and my hip went pop. And that was the last thing I could do. I had to lay there. Mom couldn't even lift me, hardly any. So then Dad got home from work at 7:30 that morning, or a little after.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a good thing. My mom would have to find something else to do because our neighbor next door, Dory and Bill, weren't home to have them help. And I didn't know who else could help.
Yeah.
So that's what my hips do. They pop when you do something stupid.
Yeah.
That was the old hips. Now I got new hips because actually those have been the last hips were 20 years old. Well, they're not that old. They weren't that old, but they were 15 years old, I should say. And then these hips are only 7 years old, the new ones. I had my right one done first, and that was in June. No, my other ones were done in 98.
Yeah.
And these were done, these both were done in 2011. The right one was first in June, the 4th, and the left one was done October 13th on a friend of ours' birthday. And I thought it was fun. But I didn't want my hips done singly, but he said that's the best.
Yeah.
But the first time you had to do them together because they were worse.
Yeah.
You could not,
They
you
were
could,
a lot
you
worse.
could have no cartilage in between either one.
Yeah.
And you don't want your hip to be that way
No.
because you cannot move.
Because I remember before.
Oh, yeah. We had a school dance to go to, and I had my hips really bad. And I was pissed because I wanted to go.
She wanted to go so bad, but she was in so much pain.
Yes, I was.
Too much to go.
Yes, and I was mad because she went with my date.
Yeah.
My date, James McMullen.
He's our mutual friend, but I ended up going. She wanted to go so bad, but she was in so much pain.
Our teacher that we had in high school, she took us to the dance.
She did.
And I don't know why.
Paid for it.
One time she took me out to the movies and took her to her house. Way past Sue's, I think. Yeah. Way up in the mountains somewhere. I don't know. But it was crazy.
Didn't she have a graduation party for you guys?
No, that was a different teacher. That was our middle school teacher.
Oh, the wrong person. Sorry.
So, anyway, yeah. And these hips were bad in high school, not middle school. They were probably bad this way in middle school.
Yeah.
Ow, sorry guys. That's my arthritis kicking in.
Because before she got her hips done a long time ago when she was younger, she used to ride her bike to school.
Yes, I used to. And
because she lived close enough to where
kids
could walk or ride their bikes to school.
Yeah. And then I got in trouble because I couldn't stay out in the cold. My physical therapy that we had for school didn't want me out in the cold. So she got me on the school bus. And I rode it the rest of the school year. Every school year until I graduated. I wouldn't have been able to go to school if they didn't take me on the school bus because Dad, he got home after school started.
Yeah.
Or round it right close to that.
And there would have been no way she would have been able to get to school during this time of year.
Not with the hips after they were replaced the first time. No. The second time, I wasn't in school.
Yeah.
I stayed in a nursing home. If you guys know what St. Joseph's, was it St. Joseph's Rehab or whatever it's called?
Yeah, St. Joseph's Rehabilitation.
Yeah, I stayed in the top floor, not the bottom floor where the cafeteria is. I guess that's where the cafeteria is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there is a cafeteria downstairs and there's a cafeteria upstairs. But you guys probably don't have one in your town. But I stayed there for the right hip for a month. It felt like. Well, actually, I had the hip done on the 4th of June, and then June, and then I stayed in there until almost the end, and got home because I wanted to be more stronger, so the dogs wouldn't knock me over. Because we had some dogs that probably would have knocked me over. We had Keyshounds, and then we had when I had my left hip done, I only stayed in there for 2 weeks. I think, or something like that, before I went home. Because Kelly, my mom, and Patty came and got me. Our friend we go bowling with. And right. Sarah.
That's right, we did.
Because they didn't go bowling. So, and I thought, well, I got to come home. Dad said he'd come get me, but I didn't want him to. I don't know why. But I had Facebook back then, too, in 2011.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I had YouTube back then. I mean, my watching videos back then.
Yeah.
I know we weren't making videos because we didn't make them until 2014.
Yeah.
December or earlier. I don't remember how long ago. I'd have to look it up to know. And my arthritis don't like the cold. I can tell. Because my hips in the cold freeze.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. They get cold, I have to warm them up somehow. But they still warm up.
Yeah.
But my knees, they can get a little cold and they feel weird. And then all my joints go racky too. And I have diabetes on top of that. So you can, I'm type 2. So I'll give you that information in there too. So, but my arthritis started way before diabetes.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you when I had diabetes because I don't remember, but it doesn't faze me none. As long as I don't make it 200, it don't faze me none. My type 2. See, my mom's a different type than I am and she does it out of whack. I won't give you any more details than that. because I don't want to get in trouble if she finds out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And my arthritis is doing a little bit better with the methotrexate. I'm not in that excruciating pain with my arthritis, but I stopped it for like almost a month or so because I had another problem I was taking care of, and I wanted to see if they'd heal it, and it didn't. It's still worse. See, if you guys been watching some of the videos when I explained about my toe on my left foot that I had a hangnail in it and they cut it out, that's when I stopped the methotrexate. And then my arthritis got worse, worse, and worse. It hurt more with the pain, and I couldn't stand the pain. And then finally, I decided, heck, I'm gonna put the methotrexate back on to make the pains go away, and the pain went away. And she can vouch with that because she watched me go through it.
Yeah.
Or seen me go through it every day,
She had
other
to
day.
stop it, and you could tell she was.
Because my arthritis doctor said I could to see if that would help my toe heal. Well, no.
It didn't help it, and
because I still have the hangnail and I need to have them redone.
And she didn't help her arthritis any, but
It made it worse where I couldn't move. Then I had to put.
She could still do stuff, but
it was a little hard.
Yeah.
But sometimes I put icy hot cream, and that kind of helps. But it's too strong. It's strong, so it makes me have a headache.
Yeah, she can't.
If I put it too close to something that I use.
She can't stand like really strong, smelly stuff.
Yeah.
It gives her a headache.
So, anytime you do anything with anything, even a doll's hair, Michelle's hair smells weird when I wet it to curl it, and it stinks. I don't know what she used for it.
Like strong smelling candles, perfumes.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
That's why my arthritis is when I have the headaches, I get the stomach aches.
Oh.
And that's a no-no. I throw up with those.
Yeah.
And someone said that in one of my comments on one of my videos when I said I had a headache to put sunglasses on in the house.
Oh.
And see if that would help take the light away and make it feel better. And I never tried it. But you can try it, see if it works, because I don't know. But yeah, I just got to be careful with all the bright lights and stuff when I have a headache, and I have to lay down and take a nap all day. Or I don't feel better. Try to take something and then throw it up. It's no fun.
No.
And sometimes crackers don't help. Nothing helps.
No.
It just makes my stomach upsetter.
Oh, yeah, and another thing, if she sits a certain way for too long and then gets up, tries to get up and move, it takes like a minute or so to
my arm again.
To move.
They went my arm again, guys.
Uh-oh.
My left arm's being in. It's got that nerve, I guess, it might have those little pieces that broke off, maybe. My right arm, they said that I might have had little pieces broke off, but all the extra stuff they did to my arm, it made it feel better, so I don't have that problem. And this arm, oh my God, it used to pop, where I had to warm it up before I could move it. I had to leave it in this position and put the heat right here, and then and all around it and warm it up. That worked to pop it back.
I wonder if that's due to your arthritis.
It is. But they fixed it. They helped fix it a little bit better with doing that certain medicine in my arm. They had to use a telescope or whatever they call it to get it to do certain things so they could see what they were doing. I think it was an X. I don't know how they did it. They did it with an X-ray, or they put my arm on something because it was laying like in front of me or something. I don't know how they did it. They just did it weird. But yeah, they took care of that. This arm, they're not gonna. Because my primary doctor don't want to. My other doctor, my arthritis doctor, didn't do nothing to my right arm. But my new doctor, I don't know because I ain't seen her again. Next time I order my methotrexate, if I have to probably go get blood for it. I should have blood for it this time, but no. So, I'm falling apart with the arthritis here and there. But I deal with it.
But you still go for lots of walks?
Oh, yes. I go for walks a lot. Yes. And you know who corporate is? Mickey. Mm-hmm. This guy right over there. Yep. See? Between Leland and Michael and Mickey. Mickey's over that way by my pillow. But, that's what he does. He keeps me active. If he didn't, I'd be stiff. Because if I sit too long, I get stiff. So That's the culprit with me. I sit too long, I stiffen up, and then when I get up to move, it's like, ow, ow. And then when I get up and move a little bit, and I get these other pains too that come in my legs and my feet. And I had a pain in my foot today, and I was mad as a hell. I mean, it hurt like crazy. It was like what my pinky toe was, but back farther, like right here somewhere. And every time I moved it a certain way, it would hurt worse. And then finally, the pain went away. I don't know why, but yeah. So, yep, I've had arthritis most of my life. And I played out in the cold when I was young. I did. I was cold. I was an outside kid when I was in my younger ages. When my friend Ronnie that lived down in the corner house from me. So, yeah, we played outdoors in the cold. I froze. That's before Kelly even came over.
Yeah.
I froze. She would have told me, get your buns in the house.
Yeah.
Quit staying out in the cold, freeze your butt off.
That's when she could still,
I wasn't walking. No.
Yeah.
I still had my hips the way they were before I got them fixed.
Mm-hmm.
When I got them fixed, I was good because I was dreaming if I never, ever, ever got them fixed, what would I be like? I probably wouldn't have these dolls. I probably wouldn't be going bowling.
Yeah.
Unless I could deal with the pain all the time.
Yeah.
The pain would have made me stop.
Everything she takes for pain now, she says it doesn't help half the time.
The naproxen, I think, is what I'm taking for pain. It don't work. Tylenol don't work.
Yeah.
Or I'd take each one and make my joints feel better.
The methotrexate helps a little bit, but
it helps better. It keeps the pain away a lot, like the strong pain.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. And she will do a video sometime on her channel with what she's going through about me. All about me.
All about me. But this is all about her.
Because then you would know, then you would understand more about why we couldn't go on whatever you wanted.
We are the way we
are. Yeah. We're disabled a certain way, but we're not more, we're learning a lot more now since we were out of high school.
I know. Yeah, true.
Because high school, we didn't learn nothing because we were in special ed and the teacher didn't teach us nothing. I hardly learned any math. I don't remember fractions or division.
Oh, God.
I hate all those.
So,
I went to PACE classes and learned some more, but yeah, not much more.
And another something they can learn about you.
But, I'm smart. I have a checkbook. I'm smart, so I know how to take care of that. I have lots of money in there once in a while, but not lately I haven't had much at the end, but, but I keep it under the T where I don't go bankrupt or bounce a check. By the end of the month, I had lots of money this month before the check came in. I'm on Social Security if you didn't know. And I'm not giving you any more details with Social Security stuff. No. Because you don't need to know.
That's kind of fresh stuff, though.
Yes. And we don't do personal stuff on here because we can get in trouble by YouTube.
Yeah.
That much personal. Yeah. This is okay because I want you to understand me so that you don't think why I like my babies as light as I do. Now you can understand why. Yeah, right. Because my body and my arms, if I had one probably 18 pounds or what, not 18 pounds, but 9, like Kelly's toddler, how heavy she is, I could probably drop her and destroy her. Yeah. Because if my left arm got hurt real bad where I couldn't hold it, I'd drop it. Yeah. So that's why I like them, the weight that Michael and Michelle are like 5 pounds. Yeah. 4 to 5 pounds is perfect. Yeah. And this is almost a 20-minute video, guys. Cool. So I will talk to you guys later. Comment down below. And I will answer if I can. Any questions you might have. Yeah, if I can. But the name of the arthritis, I will not be able to answer unless I'm by that piece of paper that it's written on. Yeah. What the I means. Right. And I can't say the I word, so, But, And I'm independent with a lot of things. If I need help, I yell at my mother. I'll give you that help. Because I can't bend to my feet very well. My feet don't move. With me. So I will talk to you guys later and see you in the next video sometime. Bye. Bye.